Hello there, welcome to another edition of Cathracasts. I think this is episode 66, where I've been playing through Project AHO recently, and it's been a kind of hate-love relationship. Hate's a bit too strong. It just took a little while to get into it, and as I've said to the viewers that have been coming back, it was taking me off my original remit for casting this whole series of Cathra, which is storytelling and working around that. And actually I found that when you are bound by one story, one mod of a story, it's really hard to make your character work around that one story. So instead I've kind of sidelined Cathra a little bit, and instead of just played it as a player going through a mod and weaving in Cathra whenever I want. So without further ado, I thought I'd look through what the updates for the quests are at the moment. I'm happy to talk about the mods that I'm using or anything like that, but let's look at what Cathra's got to do. The last time we played, we think we found what was part of a ship and inserted all the materials that were needed to, I think, begin the ship, and then we were told to come back and speak to Yen Lu, who was the person that asked us to find the materials. So we've got 3 quests. You can see that we're in chapter 2 of Project AHO. I really like this, by the way, that it's been written as and presented as a book or a story in some way through the chapters. And then we've got Shadow of the Past and Freedom of Choice. So with freedom of choice, we've got, I think this is over whether we just kill Yen Lu and go for it. But we can see I've configured the cube properly. I should report back to Yen Lu, so we better do that. But also, through pure chance, we picked up another quest in there, and I couldn't make out what the quest was about or who was in control of it, but it looked like it was, it says a ghost. It actually looked like it was more of a projection than a ghost. I know they're similar, but it was like more Princess Leia-y than Obi-Wan Kenobi-ish, so to speak. But anyway, here we go. So it says, this time Quoven Rezalf asked me to find some Balgrumps in a sphere of uncertain conditions. I have no idea where it is, but it might be worth going back to the scientist's study. So look for Balgrums in the sphere of uncertain conditions, and then it says here, find Quoven's cabinet in Minchant's tower. Now, the reason I didn't do that is basically I got lost in the game. It's such a little minefield of different places, so I could go back and try that out. But you can see that it says, this time Quoven Relsaf asked me. So he's not asked me anything before, which means that either, it's in a loop of quests or something, I don't know. Anyway, let's go and find Yen Lu and get on with this freedom of choice one. Now, the last time I logged out, he'd gone, and I think he'd gone through this veil. You possibly won't notice, but the lighting from using ELFX, I think, enhanced lighting and FX, has just dramatically improved the way of what we can see in this game enormously. Okay, that means all this was in a really dark pool previously. This is obviously when Yen Lu sleeps then. Well, that's a nice one. I'll leave that though, it's not mine to take. Well, playing a bit of Cathra then. Let's check this dresser. No, I don't need that. And he's got armour down here. That's a cool little helmet that he's got. This reminds me of something from ESO, ESO, more than Skyrim actually. And then we've got a brief history of Cedric Kegnan, and we've got a letter from Marissa. Oh, hello Zoe. How the devil are you? Well, any sort of powerful being, how are you? Inserted into there. I hope you're well. Let's have a look. Yen, I understand that you're concerned about some, let's say, Shanath enthusiasm in exploring ruins. Nonetheless, he has assured us that everything is under control. I think the two of you need to have a good chat. I think I may have read something similar to that before. In fact, I may have even read that. There's 2 keys here. Can't take them. Ha! And I'm pretty sure that's, what's the name of the BB-8, isn't it, right? BB-8. That's cute. And there's a safe. Okay, let's have a look in here. So we've got stuff for sparks. I don't want any of those things, although if I didn't have a stuff for sparks, that would be very helpful. Zoe, I don't think I've ever had "I'm cooking an aubergine caponata tray bake" ever as a phrase, A, in my life, or B, on my stream. So I thank you for that. I'm trying to work out if the "How the Devil Are You" is you repeating what I asked you in question, or whether you're asking me. So I'll pretend you're asking me. I'm pretty good. Back up to my reading, which is really nice, catching up with that a little bit more, and just closing some things off for the year, which is fantastic. I love this little robot dialogue and drama here, and an image. That's interesting. Some designs. Okay. I knew we were Telvanni. I keep having to remind myself of that. Yeah, it sounds your food sounds lovely. Whoa! There's loads of stuff here. I don't need those things though. I think that would be kind of taking a bit too much. Oh, do you know what? I've looked around so much. I think we're in the wrong room actually. Okay, that's you by the way, Zoe. Barbus is trapped. Sorry to say. Ah, here he is. Okay.
This one needs something?
Okay, let's have a look at the cube.
Perfect. I knew you would be successful. Let me have a look. Go to Shanath and convince him that you may be of use to him yet. If you are lucky, find out what move he intends on making next.
Oh, okay. Right, so we go back out. That's interesting. How do I use activation cube? What do I tell Shanath?
I expect he'd be in a fit of rage once he finds out you no longer serve him. Use your imagination. Offer him your help. If you are adept at telling fibs, tell him that I'm about to launch AHO. Perhaps that'll push Selthry into acting rashly.
I don't know if I am good at persuasion actually. How do you use the activation cube?
I don't like rushing these things. I have some Dwemer manuscripts that need studying to find out what makes these devices tick.
Okay.
Aye.
So we've got a few choices. We haven't got a few, we've actually just got two. One is that we go back and talk to... look at this, Zoe. Oh, how lovely is that? Look, followers now walk out of your way. Instead of just standing there and you having to jump crazily about for several minutes. Yeah, I'm good. How do you know how Julie and Mashi and everyone are doing? I hope they're okay. I've introduced a different cast on this stream. I was playing Call of Cthulhu after I'd said I couldn't really have time to cast one and play one game properly. Call of Cthulhu just looked too good, and it was really cheap on the Steam sales. I went and got it in the hope that it helps me get better at the role-playing game, and at the moment it's proving to do so. It's fantastic. I hope your little D&D group is going well as well. Okay. Oh, that's a pity. I should try and get on to ESO over the weekend and make a special attempt to just go and say hello, because I haven't spoken to him for such a long time. In fact, I've not seen Julie on social media either. I want that alteration spells and enchantments. No. Although I do need stuff that reduces the cost of... Oh, you must tell me about your you must tell me about your job. That'd be very, very interesting. I want to know. And considering there's just a couple of us in here at the moment, it'll be a nice thing to read about as we play through the game. let's have a look. We've got freedom choice, inform. So Shanath cell 3 about the council's concern. No, Shanath's just a horrible person. I definitely wouldn't rat on anyone. Okay. Although the irony being obviously that we end up finding out. You see, custom destination. All right. So my UC was the extra quests. Okay. That is not where. What? Yeah, I was going to say that's not where Shanath is. I don't know what that custom destination marker actually is even indicating. Also, interestingly, there was someone extra in here, an additional NPC, and I've not seen him since. He seems to have disappeared, but that was his job, to disappear. Okay, so we're looking over here. If you're kind of watching this now or you're watching this in recast, one of the things I've been doing for the other story, Cage Stories, is looking heavily into updating mods, and there's a lot of really interesting sound ones, music-based ones that I'm interested in. Hang on, this is not right. Pay attention. And just the kind of the music gets a little bit samey, and you just want to make sure it's variety. One of the things that makes coming back to Skyrim a bit more fun and interesting. And they don't there's some music that you can put in that doesn't replace the original music, which I think would be a shame because it's so good. Actually, it adds, so that's super. Okay, is this my home? Well, it was until he kicked me out. Oh, okay. Maybe Julie's just super busy then.
Don't waste my time. Speak. What do you want?
I'm only allowed to say hello. Okay.
You shouldn't be here. No, they've set you free. You can be trusted, just as I have come to expect.
What the?
Everyone wants to stab me in the back and rob me of what little I have left.
He's not wrong, to be honest.
What say you?
I
Your defense swarm.
Ooh, pardon me, I'm here to help. Marissa Verandas asked me to spy on you. No, I don't want to say that. Pardon me, I'm here to help. Why are you behaving so strangely? Is this because of that tea? I want to know more about AHO. Can you train me? Okay, so the new things are. Do you know what? I've got loads of notes. It wouldn't work with the story. I won't, because it would be really weird. Cathra going, "Hey, I was your slave, and you threatened to throw me in a kind of barrel of what on earth?"
All right then.
What was that? Okay.
Need something?
Anyway, this guy's being horrible, so Lord knows why he's being nice. I'm just gonna inspect Shanath Cell 3's house. Time to speak to Shanath. Why inspect his house though?
I'm waiting.
So am I. I'll keep speaking to him. I want to know more about AHO. I think this is what I would say.
Quiet!
God.
You should care no longer. I care no longer.
Oh, a little bit of me thinks, right, when they're recording this guy's voice in whatever capacity, unless he's the guy that's written the mod, and I mean no offense, but I wonder if they just went, just tone it down a little bit. You're a bit shouty. Or whether they went, no, go full out shouty. But yeah, he's like a cross between kind of Alexander Armstrong and Brian Blessed. He's not sure which one he's meant to be. Anyway, why are you behaving so strange? Is that because of that tea? Yeah, I think I'd probably ask the first sentence, but we'll go with both.
Is it strange? Tea. The books have spoken to me. Roundelay of letters! They asked me. They begged of me. We must hurry. Why are you still here?
He does ask me to why am I still here? I think it would be. I'm going to see if I can sleep.
Be careful.
Tell me about it. Barbas is huge. That's the problem. He's massive. Look. Barbas, come on, mate. When did he get so big? I'm trying to think if there's any mods I've put in to make Barbas enormous. Can I sleep? Great. Okay. I'm tired and it's only 9. Oh, rats. Can I sleep for 22 hours? Let's get away with that, shall we? I don't think, in all honesty, in terms of role-playing as well, I don't think Castra's slept very much at all here anyway. I want to know about your job, Zoe, unless you can't, it's not something you can really type in. But if it is, let me know. Also, it's not an odd thing, but it is definitely something. I was going through like the analytics of the, my streaming and things like that, and it looks like recently more people have been watching the old casts of the Lore and Literature, where I just read from books, rather than these casts. And I wouldn't stop doing these casts because of that, but I thought it was really interesting. I wondered if people just like listening to the stories being read while they're doing work. Thoughts? I'm eating. Anyway, let's eat. And drink. Go. So I'm going to have some milk. And I don't really want to eat raw salmon. And I was hoping to be able to get some more water. Hey, I wonder if I can now that I think I've done some add-ons that fix it. We'll see. And I know I can't drink. I can drink ale actually, I think. Yeah. Okay. And I've now got all my gold. So I think what I'm going to do is speak to this guy, and then if I remember, go and get some food and drink. Let's read this page. Okay. Do you think I can take this? This is... I think I'll take it because I know that this is... I know it's binary, but Catra won't, but I think she'll recognise it as numbers that are important. Let's see if he won't kill me for taking it. Or notice, maybe, because of this strange tea. And we've got some pages here. Do you know, I don't think these were here before. You never know. Okay, so page 8. Success. Tamina was able to interbreed a type of mushroom from Morrowind with strange plants from Blackreach. The resultant hybrid actively entered into a symbiosis with the ethereal core of the Dwemer Planetarium under Upper Balxorth. We can now grow real homes like true Telvanni. That's true, I was just reading that unbelievably in a book on Morrowind earlier on this afternoon. Okay. So this gives us an idea of what they're trying to do, maybe. So maybe they're trying to recreate a sense of the Telvanni people here. There's another page down here. Page 241. Good grief, this person's written a lot. It could be. That would be quite cool, wouldn't it, Zoe? Magic and binary connected mathematics and... The expedition's been running for more than a year. We've completed our study of Zolft. We made our trek towards Riften but got off the beaten path and accidentally stumbled across the sealed Dwemer ruin on the alternate exit of Malt. The gates do not appear to be protected by any form of magic. Could it truly be that no one has set foot in these ruins? Now, I don't know whether I've read that one, but I have read that before. I think it's in the history of these places. They have it written. This mod is just making this game so bearable. I'm so grateful. It's the... I think it's shut up and move or something like that. It's probably not something... Get out of the way or something like that. Oleander's hammer. That can't be me yawning. I've just slept 22 hours. Okay, I don't have time to read that. But there's another page here. 180. Marissa and Irva, I think Marissa's the boss and Irva's the historian, managed to disenchant the Dwemer magic. We have entered the city. Apparently we are in the business district. It is almost a wreckage. We will continue our search. I like that. That's really great. Okay. So there's anything else in here. There's a tomato. I might actually need that. Okay, so this is interesting. Suddenly pages have appeared out of nowhere. So it's obviously something that's clicked after seeing this guy again. Page 42. My memory has become very poor. I find it more and more difficult to remember anything. This might explain why he's a bit angry. I'm afraid I will soon forget even my own name. This tea, which is prepared for me by Noirs, that's the slaves, and as in accordance with Tamina's recipe. Ooh. See, I wonder if Tamina is the problem. Places me in a strange state in which I remember literally everything and no longer suffer my illness. But is it false? It's a bit like the Robin Hobb books. I've forgotten the name of the tea that he has in the fits. But he kind of dulls his senses. So in this one it's the other, it heightens the senses but at a great cost. However, I'm already beginning to feel that with every bottle I down I am becoming increasingly insane. If I do not get time to launch a ship and go out into outer spheres, I will die either as a madman or as a nobody. My last noir died from rock joint. It will be almost a year to the next auction. Okay, so this guy was once sane and maybe not so horrible, but it's just tea that's doing it. So why does he keep drinking it, I wonder? And there's another page here. Page 256. It's high time I take a trip to the hexagonal library. The new noir has been doing alright lately. I think that's probably us. I believe I'm in touching distance of finding out how to launch AHO without having direct access to it. So remote launch, huh? That sounds interesting. Okay. Imagining detail. Okay. Read that page. Let's keep looking around. I saw some more pages in here.
Got something to say?
I might do actually if it changes everything after we reading these pages. Yes. So 273, 432, Third Era. The Supreme Council of the House instructed me to organise an expedition to Skyrim. Our mission is to detail a description of the Dwemer ruins there and study the culture of the Western Dwemer. I will be sending out invitation letters. I think blacklight will be a good suit for a meeting point. Right. And there's a note. Shanath, I urge you, when again you visit the Occult Seek Out, I've done that. Okay, so it's these pages that suddenly turned up that are important. Page 0. I have not made entries in my diary for a long while. Things couldn't keep going like this. We needed to do something. We cannot go back. There's still no news from our house. There are rumours that it has fallen during the recent Oblivion crisis. Marissa thought about building temporary homes. Tamina suggested using a special mineral named Aetherium for cultivating our fungi. Perhaps this way we can build a whole town here in Baltzov. We should just tell these people that everything's alright, right? It's time to number the pages. That's an interesting thing to... So, you'd obviously number the pages afterwards then.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's one more here. I don't think I read this one today. No. Fourth Era. Wow, okay. Gosh, they've been here a while then. Horrible news. The volcano in Vardenfell has erupted outside throughout the whole night. It was not snow falling but ash. Is the native land of my ancestors no more? Okie doke. Now, and there's one down here. Page, is that negative 69 or 69? 69, I'm sure. 27, Lost Seed, 433, Third Era. It's all unclear, but apparently Tamriel is under invasion by an army of Daedra.
Yes.
I think that looks like that's all the note. Right, there's one more here. Okay. We managed to repair the Dwemer water supply. Upper Baltzov is now suitable for life. Sendu manages and foraging as food. Irva returned from Windhelm yesterday. Still no news from Morrowind.
Speak quickly.
Okay, let's speak to him. let's say I'm here to help.
Help me? Sent to help me? A variant? What if? Yes. Pardon what? Ah, help me. Yes, you can still help. And perhaps I won't end you. Well, well, well! We've got a ship to launch!
We do.
Here's a note and some points of interest.
Ah.
I want you to go there and review their condition. No need to inspect everything. Get going! No questions, no answers.
Okay. Inspect the location mentioned in Shannath's note.
Yes, yes. Have a good day.
To pick up some supplies, because obviously I've got mods which mean that if I don't drink or eat I'm gonna die, so it's important to get those things in place. There's other people that are watching, quietly watching in the background. I hope you're all well, hope life is treating you good. If you've got any questions about, I do beg your pardon, Netches, about the mods that I'm using, or Cathra as a character, or Skyrim in general, I can try to answer them. I probably won't be very good at Skyrim in general, but I can talk about like what I'm doing here and the mods that I use and why I use them. Or you can just sit back and relax and just watch. That's fine. This is not... I've taken a wrong turn, haven't I? I just need basically a massive crab to be sticking out. There it is. Sticking out somewhere. Sly Boots is so scary when she comes running up to you. It's not been a cast where an awful lot's happened, but I feel that I've got more of an understanding about what's going on. Well, that's rude. Everyone leaves when I turn up. Ah, that's what reminds me of their helmets. Of course it is. Not something in the AHO at all.
This one needs something. Until next time.
I don't know why he's here, by the way.
Yeah, need something?
What's on the menu?
Delicious food and drinks for a reasonable price.
I've just seen something in the background that's lush. I'll tell you about in a moment. Okay, so I can now, thankfully, buy food. Which is great. I think Cathra's buying in the concept that she might not return. Okay, that's what she's doing. What is that? Restores 25 points of stamina. Okay. Let's buy lots of venison. Everything's wine. There's usually milk, actually. We'll buy some... There, let's buy some milk. And I can usually... I think it only happens once. Let's have a look. You can usually get him to give you some more water, which would have been great. But you can see how the soul gem, greater soul gem, kind of throbs with a kind of glow. That's a mod that I downloaded recently. That's the first time I've seen it in action. It's really nice, actually. Oh, has it come back? Sorry, am I alright now?
We drink to our youth, la la la, for the age of aggression.
Annoyingly, I didn't see me go offline. I've got an iPad open with it running, and it's running absolutely fine. Oh, good. Yeah, I can see I basically lost everyone but you that was watching. That's a little bit annoying. I wonder why it dropped. Okay, let's have a look at these quests then. So we've now got inspect the locations mentioned in Shannath's note. So let's have a look at Shannath's note. Which is here. I take it it's this one. Incredibly, I barely found a piece of charcoal and write these words in hope that at least one person will find my notes on myself. This awful place, unintelligible, full of nasty Denmer, unintelligible. I cannot leave this terrible place, probably unintelligible. I think I hear the steps of the Dwemer spiders. I think that's not it. Okay, places to explore. It must be this one. Oh well, it might just be me and you. Deep Folk Crossing, Alftland, Reachwind Eyrie, Tower of Mzark, Avanchnal. Where are these places though? What on earth? And I'm taking it there's like no map update or anything like that. Okay, let's go to the world map, see if we get something from that. No. I'd be surprised if Project AHO wants me to basically leave Project AHO. No. Okay. Oh, that's nice. I think this again is a mod that I've put in. Okay, let's go back to that note. Places to explore. Let's read it. I don't know. I mean, an Erie's outside, so Lord knows where these places are. Deep Folk Crossing. And I'm pretty sure that's it. I can't see anything else. Let's have a look just in case there's something else. It would have been good if it had named what it was that I just picked up. Secret code, we know it's not that. I know it's not Ragloff. I do think it's this places to explore. I'm just going to keep going through in case something else turns up. No. Okay. I'm just going to click on this one more time. Deep Folk Crossing. Maybe I need to go back to Yen Lu and see what he says. But the quest does say start looking. I know what to do. So, I can't even do that. I was hoping I could. Oh, there you go. Look, in Shanna Salisbury's note, he mentions locations that are somehow connected with Dwemer cities and controlling the launch of AHO. I should visit these points of interest. So that means then that I have got to leave. Ooh. Okay. Was that one of them? Okay, let's go back again. Places to explore. No. Oh, it was Avanchnal and Deep Folk Crossing. Let's find Deep Folk Crossing as well then. World map, and then we've got find location. So we want Deep Folk Crossing. All right, let's have a look at that. Doesn't look like I can click on it actually. Let's try that again. No, that's annoying. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's lovely. That, like that. Jeepers. Okay, so Project HO finding means we've got to leave, which will be very interesting. Completely interesting. It means I don't have to follow that story anymore if I don't want to. I've got no idea, by the way, Zoe, if this cast is still live or if it's just me and you. If it's just me, I'm hoping it's still live. Yeah, it says the stream health is okay, just as it's just me and you. I think Cathra would leave, actually. Okay.
there.
That's alright. It's always good to look at dice and don't feel obligated to stay. Oh, that's so annoying. I wonder why it clipped out. I think I'm going to leave, Zoe. Catherine's going to say she's had enough. Oh, there's a couple of people in my group, one person in particular who's slightly obsessed with dice. Do you watch, silly question, have you been watching Critical Role at all? Sadrith Kegrin discovered. There we go. Gosh, it's the first time Catherine's been out in such a long time. Now, interestingly, this might be where it gets glitchy. Ha! Will you look at that? A giant and a bear, or a saber-tooth actually, and a dead mammoth. The first time Catherine came into this game, she was saved by a giant, so that's quite portentous really. Alright. I hope that, well, that's a very silly saber-tooth. Yeah. That's what. And there's a dragon. Oh dear. Oh, something worth noting, Zoe, because I know you've been watching this game for such a long time. I got rid of deadly boss mods because it was just too OP. Okay, I'm in a right twizzle about what on earth I do now. Part of me is like, oh yeah, I can see if the mods are all working, what they look like. And then another part of me is like, well, I don't even know what to do. Do I follow this quest? Sly boots in the open. Oh yeah, look. Gosh, it'll be interesting to see if people interact with Sly boots. And it'll also be interesting to see if Lydia just appears. If not, that will be really sad. I don't even remember if I left her anywhere. Okay. Well, I feel a bit naked not holding a weapon of any sort. So, I did pick up something. Oh no, that sounds like a horrible one. Let's have a look. A meteoric rock that fires 26 fire damage. 8 damage is terrible, isn't it? That sounds pretty good. Let's choose that. Okay, and then I think, yeah, in her right hand she would absolutely have some healing spell. You can't see it at this angle, it's a pity, but her casting hand for that is really pretty. Let's see if we can go that way. Oh, anyway. Yeah, it's nice that it's outside, isn't it? Dragons again on the outside. I don't think Catherine is going to be in a huge rush to go back, but let's have a look. That's where they all are, living in there. Oh dear. I hope that's Raya that's tired, because, or Sly Boots. Can you imagine if that's Sly Boots yawn? Let's have a look at where on earth we are. Okay, I want the world map, not this. Oh look, there's a little mushroom. Okay, we've got Mistwatch. I can't remember what Mistwatch is, whether it's a camp. And we've got Riverside Shack. And Kind's Grove. And Windhelm. Oh my goodness, that's so... no. That's so odd. Because this is... I think it's around here where Cathra started her story. Or up here somewhere. And I'm just not all that far away. I think Cathra is going to... set that as a destination. No, that's cheating. Oh, I can't just set it as a marker. I've forgotten what it is to set markers. Anyway, I'm just going to head in that, basically in that direction. in the hope that the dragon doesn't bother, the giant doesn't bother me. It feels weird to be outside. It feels very weird to be outside without Mashi and Julie with you. Okay. Now, why were you chopping wood near the Kynes Grove? Oh, I feel sorry for the mammoth. I doubt that the giant killed it. I'd love to know what happened. I do know that I'm staying out of their way. I wish there was a way of, you know, a skill or a magic or something that could make them feel completely non-threatened by you. Anyway, up we go. I'm really happy with the look on these rocks. I've kind of downloaded mods for updating that to like 4K/2K textures. That's gorgeous. I definitely want to work on the line of distance so that you know, in the background the trees aren't so kind of singly coloured. Basically, there's a greater depth to it. That kind of story, Zoe, of yours as a traumatised skooma addict, that needed to be casted, in all honesty. You know? People are missing out on gold like that. I think there's 2 of us now, so some lovely person came back, but thank goodness you're around to keep me company. Okay. That the cracks in the rock are brilliant here. I wonder if... Oh, excuse me, side boots. I wonder if this is like, you know, part of the city underneath. I also don't know. What the heck? Oh, okay. That's what. I don't even know what a Hello Dragon is, but it looks like we're not going to get away with it. Did you hear my stomach grumble in between that? That was hilarious. There. It'll be Barbus taking all the heavy damage again. It's a beautiful dragon, by the way. Oh, it's the giant. Oh, bless him. Okay, let's help him. Who the hell is that in the background as well? Okay, if the giant comes to me, I'm running. A Botia cultist. Oh, good. Ah, do you know what? I wonder if he was coming to set a quest for me. Oh, I love the fact that Slide Boots and a giant just seem to get on. What now? Okay. You can see I've been a bit naughty on the dragons and reduced the weight completely. Oh! And then the skin just flits afterwards. There is meant to be a cool animation, by the way. That does a better animation of the dragon soul being absorbed, and I think that's convinced me that I'm going to look at it, because me just standing there looking a bit dumbfounded looks a little silly. Alright, on we go. It is honestly so weird being outside. In theory, you know, casting wise, it's been over a year since I've been in Project AHO, so to be able to come outside, well, and not have to strain your eyes for an hour while you're casting, it's a big thing. Is that another dragon? This place must be rich of them. Okay, let's have a look at where we are. Ah, this whole area is probably teeming with giants, right? I'm totally heading in the wrong direction as well. I've got a feeling I should be heading in this direction. That's it. If I keep along this road, that'll be a good thing. I need to put my staff if I go to favourites, let's have a look. So I'm going to choose that as a favourite, and I really like the Paris Plus one, so let's see if I can keep that like that, which is Q. So at the moment I've got a 1, 2 and 3, I think. 1, 2, and then my staff is the lesser ward. Okay, so 4, let's have that as 5 and 6, and then I think let's have the wild healing as 7. I'm going to end up getting lost with this, but let's give it a go. So yeah, that's the I don't know if I like that so much actually. That's an effect. It's a bit messy. It's a cool idea, but oh, let's keep it for now. Let's just keep going. Got another giant camp ahead. I love the fact that on... yeah, there's the other dragon. It's absolutely stunning, isn't it? The Diverse Dragons mod is just so good. What is that over there? It's like the body of a dragon or something. There's some, but the, you know, in front of it there on the side. Mammoth. It'll be mammoth, won't it? No, it's too big. I wonder if it's a dragon's graveyard or something. Catherine's definitely going to do a bit of sneaking. There's some wolves. Or a wolf. Here, look. That seemed a bit unfair, to be honest. But then, Catherine's got no love for wolves in this game, sadly. Mammoth, right? Oh my goodness! Here we go again. Whoa! What on? Let's get it onto slightly higher ground because they're. Okay, let's definitely choose a different staff because that's I really don't like that stuff. And there we go. A lunar dragon. It's a very weak dragon. Ooh. Harpus looked straight after fighting. Well, hopefully the giants will like us a bit more because we help them out a bit. Hopefully Cuthra can breathe a little bit. What on earth is happening there? What's happened to my face? Look at that. Do you think it's part of the spell or something's gone insane with the mod? Because that is, whatever that is bad. I did get breathed on, so it could be a spell effect, couldn't it? Some sort of... what the... oh, for goodness sake. Oh, that poor wolf. Okay. Oh, of course it was. It was my stone flesh. Right. I did look a bit weird with that, though. Let's carry on, shall we? You just stand there going, ah, I've just absorbed another dragon soul, so what? Just takes away a bit of the magic. That first time it ever happens, you're like, what the? So there's lots of wolves here, really. Mammoth. Oh, come on now. Oh. That's a good shot by me. Well, today we saved a goat. And I'd say we starved the wolf, but, you know, we just blew it up, so... In effect, we didn't. The kind of the work on the rocks here is fantastic. You know, I don't know if I'm making up that it's better, but it looks like it is. And we can tell, that, you know, what on earth is this place? It's not too late. Witchmist Grove. Why I've got a horrible feeling about this. It looks like a proper camp, like an imperial camp or something, doesn't it? Just put things away. They were Imperials. I don't think we've had much to do with Imperials at all. In fact, I don't even know if we've met Imperials yet. And then there's a Nord. What on earth?
What is it?
That's all I get. Okay. And a horse. Where's my horse? Well, I'm actually oddly comforted. Light's a bit strange on those tents, isn't it? Comforted by the fact that there's A, fire, B, that these people aren't attacking me. We're outside in Windhelm, are we? Let's have a look. Keep going. Oh, I feel I can breathe since I've come out. Yeah, I definitely want to do something about the line of distance here. There's Windhelm, look. Ha! Well, well, well. I think the last time I was at Windhelm, I had a drinking competition with someone and then woke up at somewhere totally random and never got back. Oh, it's Kingsgrove where I said I'd do. I'm sure I would promise to do a service for someone here. Oh, we've got a courier. Look, here we go.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Oh, it didn't tell me what it was. That's so annoying. I wish it'd say, you know, X note delivered or something like that. Because I've now got to work out what it is. That was me. Is it? Because it's not even under courier, look. Note, maybe? Nope. It definitely wasn't page. Wasn't that, was it? No, that's a whole book. Warriors Festival flag? That looks quite new, doesn't it? All equipment must be half price. Stay at your local arms theatre at Blacksmith. Now is the time to suck up your own becoming an adventure. I can't believe a courier would come and find me, but I think that's part of the festival's mod. I can't believe that's it. But it really... It looks like that's the only one that makes sense. I'm going to have to kind of remove a lot of these books, really, aren't I, to try and make sense of what it is that I get. But I do... I do think, bless him, coming to find me to give me that. How flattering. Well then, hello, Cinch. I'm so sorry, it's the first time in a little while I've kind of looked to the chat, because it's on a little iPod to the side. It's like the first time Catherine's come out in donkeys. So yeah, it feels really, really weird. I'm going to go and have a beer in Kindsgrove. See what everyone makes of Sly Boots. Well met, Cinch, by the way. Hang on. Zoe, do you know Cinch an ESO person? Oh, there you go. Oh, hi, Cinch. Very nice to meet you. And how Zoe convinced you to come and watch this cast is beyond me, but I am very grateful that you've come along for the last few minutes of this cast. Context, simple context. Catherine has been stuck inside a dwarven ruin for about a year, and this is the first time she's come outside. There you go. And in second context, I stopped playing ESO with Zoe and Julie and Mashi. I don't know how long ago, weirdly about a year ago. What was that? Because Cathra in this story, as I was writing the story and playing her, I decided had been thrown into the future to escape Molag Bal by a group of people I can't remember because the name evades me, by the kind of magician-y people that do unusual things with time. And in the game she's an elf, but she's human, but that's because she had to be hidden from Molag Bal, and yeah, her appearance has just started to slowly change over time. Her height will start changing and things like that. These are all things I've been thinking about the last few weeks, and that's really it. But otherwise, bloom and well met. Thank you, Zoe Zigicorda. Oh, I haven't left. I think I just needed. I needed to come online. I needed the amount of crazy work that I've got to do to calm down, and it has. Oh look! Do you remember chopping wood here to go on the adventure? I do. I would, but maybe maybe with Cinch's presence, I could be convinced to kind of find a little bit of extra time to come back. Why not? Cinch sounds lovely, by the way. Oh, thank you, Cinch. Yeah, I don't advise watching all 56 previous episodes, but what kind of made it in creating the story was the three kind of core people that watched it over the week. So Zoe was one, Julie was another, and Mashi was another. And so they started asking questions and about Catherine's backstory, and I started to learn a tiny bit of modding where I could put notes that Catherine could find that said, someone's watching you, or this is part of your story, or a piece of your story is hidden in this book, you need to go and find it. And it's really cool because just over time, Catherine's story started to slowly come to light. And yeah, and then Project AHO happened, and it kind of blew the whole story out of proportion. It just the whole story had to go, and I got ragey, and then a lot of work came my way, and I was like, oh, I can't cast anymore. And it was really silly, really. I should have just held on, not knowing that Project AHO would actually ask me to leave and come outside. Some of the mods that are worth noting are like things like the floor is lovely, and there's a mod called Embers HD, and it's like, whoa, it's so pretty. You actually could like rub your hands and hold them over that, right? Let's get a room, people.
Now here's a woman I'm glad to see.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to see you too.
I hope you'll stay for a bit. We could certainly use the business.
God, I feel really bad, but yeah, sure.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
She finds eye contact a little bit difficult, this lady.
Of course.
Oh no, not again. I'm laughing because She said, of course, and then she pulled a face as if she was like holding something in, and then my water was filled up. I really hope it's water that she's filled it up with and she didn't get it from somewhere else. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, let's perform, people.
Of course. I'll show you to your room. Right this
Oh,
way.
thank you very much. Oh, I'm walking. The water is too much. Yeah, I know it is. It's a bit funny, isn't it? That in this place in Kai's Grove, it's like, hey, you know, everyone can just see me sleep. Fine, that's all right. I'm good with that. Catherine is always blooming angry, isn't she? Okay, let's eat something. And apparently, I need to drink something. Like, I always think that when Catherine does that cough, it's like, you know, come on, darling, get something done. All right. And let's see if I can entertain. That's true. That's true, Simch. Let's see if I can entertain no one except her. Do you know, I can't even remember genuinely how to do it. Oh, I'm sure it's this way. Come on, Matt. What is it? It's not items. It's not. It is magic. I think it's like one of these, isn't it? Right? Oh no, that's like just all the bonuses I've got. That's really good. Oh, it must be here, right? Citizens control. Foxskin. I'm so sorry. I read that as foreskin. Oh, the beginning. Sorry. Okay. And I think I press. Yay! Oh, I'm singing actually. With my mouth not moving. Look at that. That is how good I am.
With a voice wielding power of the ancient Nord art. Believe the
it is, yeah, Cybeats is like can an undead kind of creature generated from random stuff give you alluring looks? That's such. I'm gonna have a look at. Sorry.
And the legend yet grows. You'll know the Dragonborns come.
Okay, let's see if I can get a word in now. There we go. I don't want to do any. Wow, Catherine. Maybe because she just thought who sang that because I didn't see anyone talking. Let's palm some. No, we'll pause some stuff on Rhea next time, and then doggedly I will walk to bed. She's on her own, bless the innkeeper. I've decided I'm taking this one. It's only 5 o'clock in the evening. Why would I? I'll get a little nap and then I'll check out Windhelm. Hopefully no prostitutes have died. Yeah, sorry. And then head up to wherever. I'm going to now spend some time thinking, do I want to do... What the hell?
Need something?
Well, I need to know why you're here. Oh, you can tell. Oh, I might need to change that mod. Because her... Oh, it's better at that angle. Her head looked a little big. I did that because there's some clipping. What? Oh, it's the dark skin thing. Okay. Oh, crikey, there's so much to fix. Hi. Hi. Okay, there's more people here. I'm going to talk to some people now.
I hope you'll stay for a bit. We could certainly use the business.
You did say it, I'm so sorry, but I didn't take many for the singing, in all honesty.
Well, this is really quite a nice town when you get there.
You don't honestly think wouldn't even be cut somewhere tonight? Well, we have to cut down something. Maybe we should just admit.
Oh, Ghana's voice is... Doesn't... She needs some Strepsils or honeyed mead or something.
I can't believe she dragged me all the way to this snow
Okay.
ball. I'd rather be broke in Cyrodiil.
Fancy ropes. You a wizard or something?
I'm gonna stop and leave off there because I'm just I don't know. I'll go to the Children of Skyrim and have a look what happened. Her head was really big. It was really odd. I'd feel uncomfortable. I'm sure I did a mod that said, like, make their heads a little bit bigger so there's no clipping, but I haven't seen any clipping, so now I need to go back. Change that. Anyway, thank you, both of you, for joining me in the cast. It was really nice that I wasn't some sort of person speaking my thinking to myself. And actually, bizarrely, we've now got like 6 people watching. So, you other people watching in the background, thank you for joining in. I don't know what happened partway through the cast. It clipped off and then came back on again. Hopefully see you again. If you're not subscribed, it would be lovely to have you subscribed. I cast irregularly, but I try and keep it weekly, probably Tuesdays for this one, for Cathra's story, and then I play Call of Cthulhu, which is flipping scary but wonderful, on some like Friday nights, I think. Yeah, anyway, thank you. Hello, sleeps. Hi, the unassigned. I'm guessing you must be like Octavia or Remy. That's 2 different people. Alex, Wayne, anyone. Anywho, it's another D&D person. And I'm going. But I'll see you tomorrow night, literally. Simch, I might come back, kid. I might come back into ESO and do some kind of dungeony stuff and questedy stuff, let's say. Oh no, it's lovely Perry. It's Perry, that's what I'm going to say. Perry is a man of few dice, but he's not as obsessed with other people. Perry, it's lovely seeing you, buddy. I'm now going. I've got things to do and virtual people to meet. More virtual than you guys. Okay. Anyway, bye everyone. Thank you for watching and take care.
Again?